Well, I'm so excited to be a member of the Illinois Legislative Black Caucus. From my time being here over the past decade, some of the momentous legislative opportunities that we've had when you think about some strides that we've made, we talk about the pillars, economic justice, health justice, social justice. It's been great. When you talk about DEI improvements and the opportunities that we as a Legislative Black Caucus have forefront and ushered in some of the most significant legislation, not only in the state of Illinois, but also in the country. The Black Caucus is so important that we continue this fight more now than ever.
It's also important that we visit and revisit our history on a regular basis. It's important also that we educate our white colleagues and the Latino colleagues. Everybody needs to know about the history of Black Caucus. It's not only for Black folks, actually, because we all learn from each other, and that's what it's all about. It's the education. It's educating everybody, so that everybody will know what's going on. And so therefore, it's left up to us to teach each other.
The role that Black history play in a healthy democracy is, first of all, for us to accept that Black history is American history. And so focusing on the contributions of amazing Black leaders and others to the advancement of this country is paramount. The explorers, the inventors, the educators, even the politicians, people who we stand on their shoulders. They've come before us to advance legislation, to solve problems, to help not only the Black community, but to help every Illinoisan. And I feel that that is really important moving forward.
When I think about Black history and how it's being taught today, the first thing comes to mind is the erosion by the federal government. I believe it's really important that we continue to stand up, as we have in the state of Illinois, and continue to advocate for more Black history, as it is the foundation of American history. And it's important that not only African American students know who they are, what shoulders they stand on, but all children should know all histories. So I will continue to advocate, and I believe it's important that we all do the same.
I mean, there's so many things that we've done, particularly just in my short time in the Senate. I take a lot of pride, and I got to be the chief sponsor, and while I was chair of the Senate Black Caucus, a bill that ended cash bail in Illinois. I had colleagues who ended the payday loan scam that existed in the state and attacked payday loan lenders. I had colleagues that said you have to have more equitable and fair representation when it comes to boards, making it so that education funding is more equitable. These are all things that are huge fights, huge civil rights fights. And, I think as we tell our story, we tell a story about history. We talk about the fights to end chattel slavery, or we talk about the civil rights fights. It's important not to sit alone in history or to romanticize that history. History is a building block for us in the present to work on. And so it's knowing that there are people before me who worked on so many things that led me to say, I want to be part of a form of keeping that movement alive. And for me, that was really ending cash bail. That was a huge thing for me, just personally, and as chair of the Senate Black Caucus, when I was chair of the Senate Black Caucus, to do that. And the way I thought about it was, there's this Frederick Douglass line, power concedes nothing without a demand, never did, never will. A lot of times people use that quote, and it's not rooted in actually the history of that speech. Frederick Douglass gave that speech when he was talking about how enslaved people in the West Indies organized themselves for emancipation, forcing the British to take on the emancipation cause. And so it's not just that power concedes nothing without a demand. You have to organize that demand. You have to struggle for that demand to get there. And so when it came to the work that we're doing today, many of us are doing today, it is rooted in the idea that in order for us to make a demand, it requires us to organize and to struggle. And once we go through that struggle, we get ourselves on the path to freedom. And so we are on a constant journey to get to the mountaintop, as Dr. King said before his assassination, and to know that we are doing that work to get us there each and every day. And you can feel it, you can see it. It's a legacy that I'm proud of as the former chair of the Senate Black Caucus. I'm proud of as a senator from the South Side of Chicago.
Black history is American history. Ours is the only story of a people forced into this nation, not welcomed as immigrants. Yet we still fought to make its democracy real. Our experience shows that democracy isn't self-executing. It's strengthened by those who demand to be seen, heard, and protected. Understanding Black history shows our perseverance and what makes democracy more just for everyone.
I'm so proud to be a member of the Illinois Legislative Black Caucus, a body of individuals who represent not just Black people, but all people every day. And the work of the Illinois Legislative Black Caucus is going to be vital in terms of continuing to advance economic empowerment for Black communities, making sure that we have affordable housing in Black communities and for all communities, and making sure that we protect Black history, making sure that Black history is not being erased and removed from our school curriculums. It's the first time in my lifetime where that is actually something that is happening in different parts of our country. And as long as there's breath in my body, I'll be fighting with my colleagues in the ILBC to make sure that we protect Black history.
I see the Illinois Legislative Black Caucus playing a critical role, lifting up the challenges that have been faced by Black people across the state of Illinois and across America, but also telling the story of how working people need to have investments made in them each and every day. The Black Caucus's perspective and responsibility is all about making sure that people understand the challenges that Black people have faced, but also the tremendous strides that they've made to make Illinois the best state in the union to live, work, and raise a family. We'll continue to do that, and we'll continue to uplift the people of the state of Illinois by making sure that they understand how the contributions of Black people to the state of Illinois and also to our country.